No one noticed the moment the kill order was issued. It didn't come with alarms or flashing lights. No dramatic declaration echoed through the station. Just a quiet transmission, buried inside diplomatic traffic, authorizing 12 professional assassins to erase one royal life before the galaxy realized anything was wrong. And the only thing standing in their way was a human most people didn't take seriously. Princess Kyra Valdos stood at the observation window of the Imperial transport, arms folded, silver-toned skin reflecting the glow of distant stars. As third heir to the Valdari throne, she had survived court politics, assassination rumors, and centuries of tradition. What she had not expected was humiliation. Behind her stood Commander Nathan Cole of Earth. Average build, plain uniform, no ceremonial armor, no visible entourage. Just a single human assigned as her protection detail for the most dangerous peace summit in 200 years. "This is unacceptable," Kyra said sharply, without turning around. "I requested elite warriors. The Council sends me a human officer." Cole stood at ease, hands behind his back, posture flawless. "With respect, Your Highness, I was assigned based on experience." She scoffed. "Your species joined the Council 40 years ago. You haven't even had time to make proper enemies." Cole didn't react. Silence, she noticed, seemed to be his specialty. The transport arrived at Threshold Station 3 days later. During the journey, Kyra kept her distance, surrounding herself with advisors and attendants while ignoring the human shadow that followed her everywhere. Cole spoke only when necessary, spent hours reviewing station schematics, security feeds, and emergency routes. She assumed it was busy work. Threshold Station was a marvel, an enormous diplomatic ring suspended at the intersection of 3 trade corridors. Delegations poured in from across the galaxy. Armored reptilian guards, hive-linked insect soldiers, aquatic envoys sealed in fluid suits with visible escorts. Kyra's group stepped off the transport. 3 handmaidens, 2 advisors, and 1 human. She felt the stares. A princess protected by a single guard wasn't confidence. It was vulnerability. 3 paces behind me, Kyra ordered as they entered the station's grand corridor. "Speak only if addressed." "Yes, Your Highness," Cole replied. They moved beneath towering banners and alien art installations. Music echoed softly. Everything appeared perfect. That was when Cole shifted closer. "Continue walking," he said quietly, barely moving his lips. "Do not react." Kyra's heart skipped. "Why?" "Thermal anomalies in the vents. 3 contacts. Tracking us since docking." Her training kept her face calm, but fear crawled up her spine. "Are you certain?" "Yes." Ahead, the corridor split. "When we reach the intersection," Cole continued, "your attendants go straight. You turn right with me." "I will not." "Princess," Cole interrupted, his tone unchanged but suddenly absolute. "Someone will try to kill you in less than 40 seconds. You can argue or you can live." The intersection approached. Kyra raised 2 fingers subtly. Her handmaidens continued forward. She turned right. The blast came seconds later. Energy fire erupted behind them. A scream cut through the air. Cole grabbed her wrist and ran, pulling her into a service corridor as security alarms finally began to howl. "They knew your route," he said, sealing the door. "This attack was a distraction." Kyra's breath trembled. "How many knew our arrival time?" "Enough," Cole replied, drawing his weapon. "From now on, trust no one." For the first time, Kyra didn't see a diplomat in uniform. She saw a predator. And somewhere in the station's shadows, 12 assassins began to realize they might not be hunting prey after all. The service corridor smelled of coolant and ozone, the kind of place meant for machines, not royalty. Princess Kyra struggled to keep pace as Commander Cole moved with sharp efficiency, every step calculated, every corner checked before he crossed it. "You're hurt," she said, noticing the shallow burn along his sleeve from the earlier blast. "Superficial," Cole replied. "We keep moving." Behind them, chaos echoed, security shouts, overlapping alarms, the distant crack of weapons fire. The assassination attempt in the main corridor was doing exactly what it was designed to do: pull responders away from the real target. They killed my handmaidens, Kyra whispered. Not confirmed, Cole said quickly. Don't assume losses. Assume resistance. They reached a junction where the corridor narrowed into maintenance access tunnels. Cole paused, pressed 2 fingers to his earpiece, and listened. His face remained unreadable, but his jaw tightened slightly. Station security channels are compromised, he said. Encrypted traffic matches mercenary comms. Someone inside is coordinating. Kyra felt a chill. The Council would never. Not the Council, Cole said. Individuals within it. They moved again, slipping through the station's hidden infrastructure. Cole navigated without hesitation, as if he'd already walked these paths 100 times. How do you know where we're going? Kyra asked. I studied the station schematics during transit, he replied. And I always memorize 3 escape routes for any location. 3. 1 fails, he said. 1 gets blocked. The 3rd keeps you alive. Footsteps echoed ahead. Cole raised a hand, stopping her instantly. He pulled her into a shallow alcove as 3 armed figures passed, their armor mismatched, weapons military grade but unmarked. Mercenaries, Cole whispered. High-end. How can you tell? They're nervous, he replied. Professionals who aren't used to hunting someone who shoots back. The figures disappeared down the tunnel. Kyra stared at him. You identified them in half a second. That's too long, he said. Next time I'll be faster. They emerged into a cargo bay the size of a city plaza. Towering containers hovered in gravity clamps, labeled in half a dozen alien script. Cole guided her behind a stack of sealed crates. This is where we change the game, he said. By hiding? No, he corrected. By moving toward the one place they don't want you to reach. The main council chambers, Kyra realized. Emergency chambers, Cole said. Shielded, monitored, politically untouchable. Once you're inside, killing you becomes an act of war. That's on the opposite side of the station. I know. A shadow moved above them. Cole reacted instantly. He fired upward, shattering a vent grill. A body fell, hitting the deck hard before the assassin even had time to scream. 1, Cole muttered. Kyra's stomach twisted. You're counting. Always. 2 more attackers rushed from between containers. Cole triggered a release switch, dropping a suspended cargo pod. It crushed 1 mercenary instantly. The other tried to run. Cole didn't miss. 3, he said. They crossed the bay at a sprint, weaving through machinery. In a public transit hub, crowds screamed as Cole shoved Kyra behind a pillar. Stay visible, he ordered. They'll focus on you. That's insane. It works. While assassins targeted her position, Cole flanked through the crowd. 4 shots. 4 bodies. No civilian casualties. Kyra stopped questioning him. By the time they reached a dining concourse overlooking the station's agricultural ring, Cole's ammunition was low, and the enemy knew it. 2 attackers pinned them down with suppressive fire. Cole overturned tables, returned fire, then shot the viewport behind the assassins. Explosive decompression sucked them out into the void before emergency shields snapped into place. Silence followed. Cole checked his weapon. 7 down. Kyra's voice shook. How many total? 12, he replied. And the leader will be waiting at the chambers. Kyra looked at him, truly looked at him. She had mistaken calm for weakness. She would never make that mistake again. The corridor leading toward the emergency council chambers was quieter than it should have been. No alarms. No crowds. No security patrols. Commander Cole didn't like quiet. 8 through 10 will be close, he said, advancing carefully, weapon raised. They'll try to funnel us. Kyra followed precisely where he stepped, her royal instincts fully overridden by survival. The galaxy's politics meant nothing compared to staying alive for the next minute. A figure appeared ahead, station security armor, insignia intact. Kyra exhaled in relief. Finally! Cole fired. The shot shattered the guard's knee joint, dropping him instantly. What are you doing? Kyra gasped. Wrong hand, Cole said, stepping past the screaming man. He reached with his left. Station security trains dominant side draws only. Contractors don't. The wounded assassin tried to raise his weapon. Cole disabled it with a second shot. 8, he said. They moved on. Moments later, the corridor flooded with thick white foam as fire suppression systems activated. Visibility dropped to nothing. They triggered it, Kyra said. No, Cole replied. I did. He pulled her into a maintenance shaft hidden behind a utility panel. The narrow tunnel ran parallel to the corridor. They're waiting in firing positions, he explained. We go around. They emerged behind 2 assassins lying prone behind portable cover, rifles aimed at the foamed corridor. Cole eliminated both before they could turn. 9 and 10. Kyra felt numb. These weren't battles. They were executions. As they neared the chamber entrance, Cole suddenly stiffened. A shot rang out. Pain tore through his shoulder as an energy round grazed him, burning fabric and flesh. He grunted but didn't fall. Cole! Kyra shouted. Still operational, he said through clenched teeth, returning fire. The attacker collapsed. 11. Blood soaked into his sleeve, but his movements remained precise. You're injured, Kyra said. You can't keep going. We're almost there, he replied. And the last one will be the hardest. They reached the final corridor leading to the emergency council chambers. At the far end stood the 12th assassin. A tall, scaled female of the Score species, armored head to toe, dual plasma weapons braced against the corridor walls. She had the high ground, reinforced cover, and a clear firing lane. She had been waiting. Drop your weapon, human, the assassin called. Your charge isn't worth dying for. Cole studied the corridor for 3 seconds. Then he turned to Kyra. Your crown, he said. What? The one made of crystallized starlight, he clarified. It's a prism. I need it. Kyra hesitated for half a heartbeat, then removed the symbol of her lineage and handed it to him. Cole placed it carefully on the floor, angling it toward an overhead light panel. He adjusted the tilt with surgical precision. The corridor erupted in fractured light, brilliant beams scattering wildly, reflections dancing across the walls. The assassin fired instinctively. She missed. Cole rolled forward, using the light distortion as cover. 2 controlled shots echoed through the hall. The Score assassin fell. Threat neutralized, Cole said quietly. The emergency council chamber doors slid open, sealing behind them with a thunderous clang. Inside, stunned council members stared at the bloodied human escort and the shaken princess, who had just survived a full-scale assassination attempt. 12 hostiles eliminated, Cole reported. Station security compromised. Recommend immediate lockdown. Kyra sank into a chair, legs trembling. She looked at Cole, not as an escort, not as a human, but as something far more dangerous. Why didn't you warn me? She asked softly. Why pretend to be ordinary? Cole holstered his weapon. Because underestimated protection works better than obvious force. She laughed weakly. The galaxies sent me a wolf, and dressed him like a clerk. Cole allowed himself a small smile. The summit had not even begun. The emergency council chamber felt unnaturally quiet after the doors sealed. Thick shielding locked into place, cutting off the station beyond. Inside, representatives from dozens of species stared at Princess Kyra Valdos and the human standing beside her, bloodied, scorched, and still upright. Medical aides rushed forward. I'm fine, Commander Cole said, waving them off as he applied a pressure seal to his shoulder with practiced efficiency. Kyra watched him in disbelief. He moved like someone who had done this before. Many times. The senior counselor finally found his voice. Princess Kyra, are you injured? No, she replied, steady now. Because this man did his duty. All eyes turned to Cole. 12 confirmed attackers, Cole continued. Professional mercenaries. Funded. Coordinated from within the station's own systems. This wasn't a random strike, it was a test. A test of what? Another counselor demanded. Human security doctrine, Cole answered calmly. And royal vulnerability. Security lockdown procedures began immediately. Investigators flooded the station. Within hours, the conspirators were identified. 2 council aides, 1 trade official, and several compromised security officers. All had underestimated how much damage a single human could do. Kyra remained seated as the chamber buzzed around her. She was no longer shaking. She was thinking. When the chaos subsided, she stood and approached Cole. "Commander," she said, using his rank deliberately. "You never once asked for permission." "No," he agreed. "Permission costs time. And you never hesitated to put yourself between me and death. That's the job." She studied him. "That's not how most species define protection." Cole met her gaze. "Humans don't wait for danger to announce itself. We assume it's already there." Silence settled between them. "You could have been killed," she said. "Yes." "And you still downplayed your abilities." "Yes." "Why?" Cole thought for a moment. "Because visible strength invites escalation. Quiet capability ends conflicts before they start." Kyra exhaled slowly. The summit proceeded under the highest security in galactic history, but no further attempts were made. Word spread quickly, not publicly but in the circles that mattered. A dozen elite assassins had failed. Not against an army. Against one human. At the summit's conclusion, Kyra summoned Cole privately. "You were assigned to me as an escort," she said. "I am revising that arrangement." Cole raised an eyebrow. "Am I being reassigned?" "No," she said. "Promoted." She activated a holo display showing the Valdari Royal Guard roster. "I want you to train them," Kyra continued. "All of them. Tactics, psychology, threat anticipation." Cole considered the offer. "That would change how your empire handles security." "That is the point," she replied. He nodded. "Then I accept." As Cole turned to leave, Kyra added, "Commander, if the Council had known what you were capable of, they would have sent more assassins." "Yes," Cole agreed. "Which is why they didn't need to know." She smiled faintly. "The galaxy would learn in time. Humans didn't rely on overwhelming numbers, ornate armor, or fearsome appearances. They relied on preparation, restraint, and the dangerous advantage of being overlooked. Sometimes, the deadliest weapon in the room wasn't the strongest. It was the one no one bothered to measure.